Scorpio, this is your reading for the month of November. This is your love reading. Um, it is I of Hypgnosis Tarot, previously known as, or formerly known as, Paradox Report. So we're here on a new channel, so welcome. Today we're doing a little something different regarding love readings. We're going to be starting with starting with a 5-card reading. Let's begin with the first card. So, Scorpio, both male and female. What is the purpose of this meeting? Whether you are currently with an individual, right? Or if you're trying to figure out what was the purpose of something you've just come out of, right? Take it as you will. So the purpose for meeting, or this could be somebody that you're about to meet or you've just met. So the first card that you have is Temperance. And really this is about one pouring into the other, having patience with the other, paying attention to the spiritual messages and the divine messages that we may be getting downloads of, and ignoring and blocking out what, societal norms or what people are saying we should do, or, what we could or should expect, right? But the purpose is to sort of have a head-heart alignment with this individual. And it's all about passion and peace, right? It's not the kind of thing that's going to have you feeling stressed, if you will, right? And may feel stressful to a certain degree because it's new, it's different, or maybe this is a different approach one would have to take. When it's not just their sun sign, they're the sum total of their chart, if you will. What we're attempting to do is achieve balance, right? Those energies. More specifically, the purpose of this particular relationship would be to be shown that there can be reciprocity, okay, between both people. Okay, so how we can achieve, how Scorpio can achieve, because I'm not a Scorpio. Scorpio, how is it that you can achieve the greatest good from this relationship? Okay. And again, this is just reiterating the reciprocity. It's the Two of Cups. It's an exchange of emotions. It's being on the same wave, if you will. And it seems to be like a lot of doubt. One of the partners it seems to feel heavy in doubt. But whatever that is, you have to allow it to die and rise, rise from the ashes as the phoenix. What is it that the other needs? Okay, so we'll start with the Scorpio male. Scorpio male, if you're dealing with whatever female you are dealing with, they need for you to come to them. They need to see that you care. They need to see that although the way that you go about things may be different, or even total opposite from one another, the way you go about things, right? So let's just say that they're a Taurus, if you will, because Scorpio and Taurus are exact opposites on the zodiac wheel, right? Or astrological wheel. And so no matter what this other individual sign is, they need to be shown. They need for you to initiate. There might be a lot of fear there. And if there's not fear, there's some sort of doubt, or just kind of being tired of shallow energy, shallow individuals. So this would be what your partner needs, right? If you're Scorpio male. If you're Scorpio female, perhaps this is what your partner actually needs to feel masculine, right? or just to feel maybe in control. Let's keep that on the most positive side. Maybe they feel like they need to be in control of, you know, I mean, control, I don't know if that's ever really a good thing. I mean, with self-control, of course, right? To certain degrees. But maybe what your partner needs, right, could be that they need you to allow them to come to you, if that makes sense. Right? They need to be able to feel masculine, so they need you to be in your divine feminine, which would be passive yet receptive. All right? So what are the blockages? There's not any depth of conversation, and if there is, it's avoidant of what needs to be addressed. And I'm feeling like the female in this is feeling a little bit more heavy than the male, and maybe she's not really saying, she's not really being vocal about it, but she's definitely giving and throwing signs. They need to know that this is a fertile ground, that you're willing to grow. Because there's a lot of passion here. But we need to go beneath the surface. And I say we, but I'm not a Scorpio. Or maybe when these topics are brought up, I'm more inclined to say the female, but it could go either way, that they're hesitant in discussing these relationship dynamics because they don't feel like the other will be receptive. So they're sort of in their head the whole time during conversation. There has to be a depth of conversation. And, you know, whoever's feeling a little bit dark about the situation, because it could be the female, but male or female, you know, and if you're a female and you see that your partner is actually having a hard time, or you're picking up on their energy that, you know, maybe they've been through some things, maybe you actually know that they've been through some hard times, some rough times, and it makes it hard for them to actually communicate how they sincerely feel because of whatever distress, right? Then, you know, it is okay to actually discuss these things or bring them up in the most soft and pink way that you possibly can, right? But being mindful, because there's a divine protection around this relationship and pertaining to. It's just that you both have to be willing to, somebody's got to be willing to actually show themselves, to be free, to show. Okay, you see here, it's the Nine of Swords. It's a different deck. So yeah, we could say, all right, yeah, somebody could possibly be overthinking this, right? But once there's a discussion had, you both have to be willing to strip down and get to what's real. And once we go there, we got the Queen of Cups. You know, this is where we can feel more confident in giving our love and affections, right? For some of you Scorpio men, it doesn't really have to be a sign per se. It's just that this other individual, they're willing to give emotion, love. They have a lot of psychic energy. So it may even be that it's maybe they can't, maybe there's no boundary between the spiritual realm, right? And the earthly realm. Maybe it's very hard for them to determine or decipher, you know, where their thoughts end and where your thoughts begin, or how your feelings, you know, when they're tapping into your feelings. Especially for water signs or people who are extremely psychic and they're picking up the energy of others, it can be a little stressful. But again, this has to go, there's a divine conversation that is needed between these two parties. So let's get let's get an oracle card. Let's just go for an oracle. Rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Rise above earthly matters. You got the giraffe, the visionary. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. It is safe to love. Now, let's not get this twisted. Okay? We see red flags, we run. I mean, heavy red flags. You know, many people have been through things. Something that they need to be mindful of. What, if anything, do Scorpios need to be mindful of in this relationship? Mindful of taking Scorpio, be mindful of being too much in your head, of obsessing about texting, of, you know, mindful of making shit up or digging too deep, or just thinking the worst, especially around the next full moon, all right? Within the next, what is that, 14 days or so, right? Or less. I would be easy with the text messaging. And know that you have a divine protection around you within this relationship. And that's all I have for you right now. Next up, I'm not sure who I'm doing next. Maybe Sag. And until next time, have a good night.